Hi all, welcome back to my channel. In this series, we are going to learn React State. We are going to introduce some tips and tricks about React State, which will be discussed in this video. And this is a continuation series of React State Part 2. Now let's begin. In our previous video, React State and Props Part 1, we have created many state variables, including counter. Counter is a simple integer state variable. So there is one counter state variable and another is updater function. We have rendered this counter variable using p tag, and there is one button, event handler. If any user click the update counter button, it will just call the onClick button, and in onClick event handler function, set counter updater function will be called, and this counter variable will be updated. If we check the UI, right now counter state variable value is 0. If we click the update counter, it will just increment that counter. If we click multiple time, it will just update the variable and it will just render in the script. Now, if we add any console.log and if we print out the counter, what will be happen? Let's check. And now we have to click in the F12 button. If we click the update counter function, just you can check that there is current render counter variable is 6. But in log, this is print out 5. This is the old value before the update counter variable. Actually, if you update this variable using updater function, then you print out this variable using console.log. Console.log will print out the old value of the state variable, because this set counter will be rendered. This set counter function will be called by the React internally. It will just update the variable and it will just re-render on the screen. Now let's come to the next topic, that is React batch state update. Imagine in update counter event handler function, we call 3 times set counter function. What will be the output? Let's do it. Set counter, you have to call 3 times. If it is set counter function, update counter value by 1. Now repeat 1. What will be the output? If any user click the update counter button, it will just call the onClick button, and onClick event handler, there is 3 times set counter function will be called. So now let's check. Right now its value is 0. If we click the update counter, so its still value is 1, just is incremented by 1, not 3. So why this happened? We have to look out. If you return any state updater function in React, it will internally handled by the React batch updater function. So as we have written 3 state counter function, it will just incremented only 1, as all 3 function is treated by 1 in React internally batch update. As it is not dependent on the previous state, it will just increment the value +1 and it will update in the screen just +1, not up to 3. So is there any way to increment this value up to 3? Means if we can call set counter function multiple times, there must be no limitation. So, but in our case, if we call this way, we just incremented +1 only, not +3. So is there any way? Yes. Is there one way we can do that? We have to depend on the previous state. Means if we increment the counter variable +1, then the new value will be passed to the set counter function. Then this value will be increment +2. Then this value will be passed to the next set counter function. So how to do that? Let's begin. For batch update, we have to pass the previous state. So in any state, in any React updater function, state updater function, we have to pass one arrow function. And what will be the syntax of the arrow function? The arrow function syntax will be the one previous state function, that is counter, we have defined. Then the return value is counter +1. This will be going to the syntax. This is complete one of the arrow function. We have passed this arrow function to the state updater function. So what will be the parameter? Parameter is right now is the previous state, then the current state +1. So we have to do this multiple times for achieve this result. We have to replace, then next. So previously value is counter variable starting from 0. Then this value will be the +1. It will be the 1. 1 is passed to the next set counter. It will pass, and then this value increment will be the 2. Then this 2 will be the passed to the next set counter function, and finally its value will be the 3. Let's take it. So if we click the update counter function, you can check that this value is 3.